Burnt out is a state of mind. Cars atop the mobile home. I'll phone you when I'm home to let you know I got in. I've no signal here. Men who didn't get in. Boys in Kilmore. Tarred with a brush, the same feather as mine. I'm walking back home from Donamead with the lights of the Hilton glaring into my eye socket so I can't see into Bell Camp anymore. Nothing grows here except concrete anymore, and we age, but then we stop. Abruptly. Permanent boyhood, delayed adolescence. We burn cars, but sometimes we live in them. All of us. Phonetics, phonetics, have you any phonetics ringing me at this hour? To tell me what? To tell me you'll reef him? For what? I'll get him on the phone for you if it meant you'd ever stop ringing me. The hills have nothing beyond them. The scorched earth here, there's nothing past the Hilton. There's nothing to be seen past Bell Camp. They avoided us when we came here. They put the Tesco up so we can't see out to the ocean anymore. Who's they? I don't know. I don't cross the door much anymore, unless the babies need something, and they do need something every day. I see you here, doing no harm, as I do no harm unto you. The phonetics of what they call us are not too far from one another. I feel you, I see you, fecum le mahula hu. I see you with my own eyes, on Lucht Shul, the walking people, so close to the people with eyes. There's statues, mimicry of Rome, Darndale. They named us Daffodil, and Narcissus, and made us the most humble. We want not, we need little. For the price of that I could have gotten you foreign guineas. I could have, but we can't. Shelter spoken with no shelter offered. I can't fix it for you. You could try to fix it for me. Dicky it so you figure out a way to get from A to B. Burnt out in the meantime, but there, nonetheless. I can give you what I know. Tarot, cleaning, guidance. I can tidy you up and show you how we do it out by me. Stoicism comes from Greece, but the shrines to Our Lady are Roman. Make no mistake, keep it out straight. The grass doesn't grow anymore in some places, but they won't build on it. We've made it flat for them, but there's no flats for you. Daffodils grow well in drained soil. They block the view of the ocean out. I'm drained from this kip. People ringing me at all hours. Sure, I'm a blow-in. I don't know how I got here at all. When I met you, it was deep blue, to mangoes for dancing in and not for living in. We can only understand what we are shown, but I'm still waiting to see a spring with you.
Nothing grows where we all stay young, with you forever in your mam's box room, until either of us ever decide to get it together. But the only option is really waiting long enough in a hub on the chance it might get better.
We can only understand what we are shown. How was I supposed to know that this is the route we'll end up going down?
No red line and no green line comes here. I never thought my only sense of home would be where we're doing nothing but leaning on each other. So sometimes I'm your girlfriend, sometimes I'm your mother.
And since there's no red and no green lines, there's no colour. I feel guilty when I hear I forgot to be your lover. Especially that line on sharing the burdens and the tasks. But it's a heavy one that's every week going on down to the social to ask.
I loved you from when you still span in a Honda Civic. Now it's civic centres and saving for a psychic. To see if I might ever manage to find enough metres of fabric that could reupholster our reality. I loved you in our teenage years. I do my best for our kids despite my fears that we haven't exactly much going on in the credit union. And the only emotion I show towards you lately is that I'm fuming. And according to your family, all I do is cause you stress. I'm a bit dim, too much of a princess. Lazy because I don't play enough political football. With my own babies to try barter for a house for us all. Use the waterworks, they say. You're mad with our miserable dinners and letters to the TD. Have a fit, act like you can't cope, as if it's even an act that we've zero hope.
But I love you since we were 19 and aimless. Sometimes this makes me feel we failed at this.
Like we have not grown, and if we have, it's downward. The But then I copped that in my worst moments I've shouted at you, called you a coward. You still stuck around me. Everyone tells us it's meant to be.
Keep pushing through. Every name under the sun I've levelled at you, and the absolute cheek of me too. 'Cause you'd give me the world if only you had it. You used to bring in the sleeves of smokes to my dad and chat away to him and pretend he didn't actually do your head in, so he'd let you stay in the bunk beds where we put on Pulse FM and wait on all our friends. I easily forgot about all these things when the daily carnage gathers up and we still haven't got the washing done. And there isn't a spare 60 quid for summer camp for the smallest one. And I'm livid instead of realising how far we've already come.
I suppose I would love for you to know that the noise is just noise. I never meant to become such a moany cow. And if you feel as if my love for you hinges on a house where we could be, where we could once again love us,
I suppose I forgot to be your lover. Like that song on Q102. Golden oldies, in the kitchen, on the lino tiles, and I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you somehow, when the agencies and corporate will allow.
trees grow through the Tato factory and the bushes on up to Bewley's. Crisp sandwiches and the smell of burnt brews in the air from 1840 until now. Some boys have grown up not having seen anything come in and out of Tato. Some remember. Some will soon see it become something so different. When wood needs to be collected in late September and all through October, there's no factories to knock into to ask for old crates. Prior's wood, pray there's wood. Post-industrial area and a constant wake. But there's nettles growing up through the cracks. Some stingers, but mostly evergreens. Withstand the rain and withstand business closures or pain. Kettles boiling to make cups of something with import duties. Import duties on something made up the road. The horses are well fed, well loved, all the way to Tesco, but some still want to report it. And Tiernan got the credit of being in Ballymun. Yet we're the land of the young. Martin Frank, 1993. The young boys warm us with fires and give carrots to the flesh that they feel is their own. They mind everything. There comes a season to burn everything. But up until then, they find it, they mind it, they hone in on splinters and sand them down, pick away at what little sticks out. What little sticks out to you in the land of the gentry? The one that's named for the daffodil? The one so close to the ocean? If you bomb it down, you'd be there in 10 minutes. If you bomb it down to Tiernan, you're 10 minutes there, it'd be 10 years here. But it wouldn't matter too much. It would still be the same if you were to come back. The speed bumps and bollards still in the same position. You intuit it. The gear stick moves on auto, avoiding them. The same road we're all always on. The same except for seasons changing around us. One solid is one solace. Bohar Mullock Ida, as in Hajar Mullah, Muddy Ije, Haithia. My darling, my dear, do you hear me where I sleep? In the now closed laneways of your childhood. My eyes swollen red raw, as if that's what happens when you miss the speed bumps and bollards. Swing time carousel of your mam spinning the punto around them all the way from the Glyn Road around, jolting you into the future. That's what they do. Your mam breaks, but she doesn't stop. She's breaking to cheer you up, dousing you in giggles in our grey spaces. Nothing before the eyes but fun. Rule smashing to get the essence of it all. For you, beautiful boy, your laugh is worth 2 penalty points and 1 in the joy. Made in Darndale, even if you weren't. Made in Darndale because you're round the butchers in behind the railings and you know the blokes. Made in Darndale, even as if it felt just like no man's land to bridge the in-between of Donamead and Kilmore. Made in Darndale, as you know, no other road winds like this one does. No other life with so many twists and turns. Darndale as in fertile lowlands of the in-between. Made here as in morning here, as if you could have been made anywhere else. Marry gold, as in you better hope you marry into gold. Buttercups under your chin to see if you like bread and butter sandwiches, as if you didn't spawn and grow from those alone. The link to tulips and snowdrops is what you are, for you are made here. The forgotten flatland, all boulders on small hills, and a topsoil that's always one season away from being cement. Flat desolation gridded out the same as the Aran Islands, made in Darndale, where we all tiptoed out in a coded step across the ocean to a crannog, enshrined in mystery and enshrined in, you'd have to be one to know one, you'd have to know one to be one. Darndalian, like an exotic fish. Darndalian as in darned alien. Darns in tights from climbing and darns in lives from housing. These are the feet of a Darndale pilgrim. These are the dreams of a sleeping father. Not quite ever concealing via bell camp. Our landmark to spot from a flight. Pitch darkness. We see with torches and omens. You portend the route you could go down from the R139 that has us concaved and safe in with our own, like a bookend. You can get to St. Michael's House, you can get to Terminal 2, and just as fast to the Port Tunnel. Hard knock life on the unlit road we light with our love of one another. Hard knock life in the daffodil tucked away like a music box in a drawer. The flat, fertile land that would dry up if ever we stopped giving life and kindness to one another. Like some relic of a music box that spins whether or not you're looking at it, whether or not you can see it. There's a little dancer inside, a little Darndalian dancer in a box of Dublin. And it's us that's keeping it spun, the loom of love we weave, for there is nothing else to do.